back to my channel. I really wanted to talk about being black in Japan because it's my year anniversary, almost 1 year here in Japan. So yeah, I'm really happy. I wanted to share with you my experiences, what it's like being black in Japan, and like kind of venture into the different avenues of like friendship, relationships, working environment. What else am I missing? I've said dating, right? Love. Also being British, being a female, like different avenues, but obviously the main gist is being black in Japan. I don't really want to disrespect anyone else's culture or race. I'm just only speaking from my view and perspective, guys. I'm not trying to offend anybody. Just before I came here, I watched a lot of videos and I heard that there was like incidents of racism before, and I'll tell you something that is true, and it's a given. No matter where you go in Asia, you're most likely to get stares. I'm part of the minority, so I can expect to get a lot of stares, and I don't take offense to when I get stares. I just think it's mostly curiosity. I haven't really got like evil-eyed before or side-eyed. Japanese people are very fashion conscious here, and they love their brand names. Like, where's that from? Oh my god, like they love their brands in anything. So if it's a fridge, it has to be a good brand. If it's clothes, it has to be a good brand. My boyfriend is a sucker for it too. He wants to know where things are come from, and he's very picky in particular. So these days I kind of ask him what brand he likes, and then I'll buy him something from that brand. I don't give a crap. If I look good in it, I'm gonna buy it. It doesn't matter where it's from. If it's from a trash bag, no. I don't do secondhand stuff though. I always think of dead people. Am I alone with that? Yeah, I can't do it. Like the spirit will connect to me and then no, I'm not doing it. And I think that's another reason why you get the stares. I get a lot of stares for my shoes. Not because they're good. They're not bad or good, but I like to wear socks in the winter with my shoes, and they're very zany, funky socks. Sock patterns, like all very cute, so people just like, what the hell is she wearing, kind of thing. So they do like to look you up and down and check out what you're wearing, and I think that's just because they're very much into fashion here, and you know, you're a foreigner, they're gonna stare at you already, and then they're into fashion, they're gonna stare at you even more, and if you're a woman, they're gonna stare at you even more, and they'll be like, oh, where's that ass coming from? Oh, look at those thighs. I've had people look in between my legs. She's got thick thighs, like what is that area there, like around the vagina? I'm like, really? Can you? Women and men, it's crazy. I don't know if anyone else has had that. It's really bizarre to me, but yeah, I just don't think they're used to so much meat. So you know, women are petite here, so they're just very, very curious about that. Boom, 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 boom. I haven't received any open racism, but I will say, guys, unless your ability, your level of Japanese is really high, how are you really supposed to know? Because mine isn't high at all, and I mean, sometimes you can get a feeling, but I haven't actually had a feeling like that where someone's kind of like bad-mouthing me. But at the workplace, I haven't really felt any racism at the workplace. In fact, I felt very welcomed, and they're very sweet to me, and they'll take the time to kind of explain things to me and include me in events like nomikais and parties that they have after school, like special celebrations, or you know, if it's Valentine's Day, we got all the guys chocolate. We all pooled in our money together to buy the guys chocolates. It's just certain things that people do to kind of make me feel welcome, and I don't feel racism. However, I have felt a few moments I've had with the male teachers where I felt kind of like, I'm trying to be really politically correct, but I'm just gonna say it how it is. I've just felt like they didn't entirely respect me as a woman. I have all these creative ideas that I want to share with them, but I feel like when I'm talking to certain characters, it's like they're not really listening to me and they're not really respecting what I say. I don't know if that's a power thing. I don't know if that's a respect thing. I don't know if that's a male-female sexist thing, but I've definitely felt that. So I was just like, what's so funny? I'm just trying to communicate with you like I would anybody else. So I have felt that as a female. What else is there? Hold on, I will take a break. I will probably cook because I can't think of everything on the spot. Sorry. Another rumour that I've heard about are people not sitting next to you. I've probably had it about once or twice, to be honest. Just choosing the seat. like a different seat. They choose to sit by a Japanese person instead of me. And I don't know if that's safety, I don't know if that's an automatic thing. I don't blame them for it, I really don't. I don't feel like, oh, that's racist. I just, maybe it is, but you know, they choose to sit there, that's fine. So I have experienced that to a certain extent, but I don't feel any way about it. I'm just like, I don't give a... Oh yeah, I've had people purposely avoid me in the shops or the stores because they're not confident in their English ability, so they're just like, don't make eye contact with me, like, and shuffle away, just go as far away from me as possible. But that's because that's an insecurity within themselves. I feel they're just not confident to speak English, and I think a lot of Japanese people are like that, especially my students. They're very scared of making mistakes or errors or not sounding perfect, so they don't want to deal with it, kind of thing. But you know, I'm just slowly teaching people like it's okay to make mistakes. My Japanese is terrible, but I still try, and you know, I don't expect it. I might sound like an idiot, but they need to know that I want to communicate. Random strangers help me to go to Notori and find my way to something, or you know, really like take my hand, or like say come with me kind of thing, and guide me and show me the way somewhere, like walk me the whole way, which has been really helpful. I had the same thing in Thailand actually. They took me to the school. I had it here at a different school when I got my schools mixed up, do you remember? Someone drove me to the school. So people are really kind and considerate, and that's what I like about Japanese culture. People are so thoughtful, kind and considerate, and they will go out of their way to accommodate you or try and help as best as they can. So basically the way that it works in Japan is, it's kind of like us and them. You have the Japanese people and then you have the foreigners. Those are the groups. There's not really like a divide in any other way. It's just you're either an outsider or you're an insider. You know, even if you're mixed with Japanese, you're probably an outsider. Like if you're not 100% Japanese and they can tell, yeah, you're probably an outsider. Ariana Miyamoto, I think in 2015 she was a beauty queen, and she's half Japanese, half black, and she had problems of acceptance, and they were like, no, you know, how can she win Miss Universe and represent Japan, because she's not a good representation of Japan. She's half Japanese, someone should be full-blooded. So there is a lot of controversy with blackface and stuff like that, but yet again, I haven't felt any personal target towards racism directly to my face anyways. Yeah, I just felt like a foreigner, and I am a foreigner, and that's okay. People just need to build themselves up and encourage, you know, others to be more accepting, but we don't have to be Japanese, we don't have to be like them. In fact, we should be proud of our heritage, our culture, and the mixtures that we do have, and we should represent our, whatever it is our background is, well, because yeah, we are a representation, and sadly to say, we are stereotyped, and the more people that, the more of one race that they're subjected to, the more that they'll learn, but also the more that they'll kind of like judge based off those one or two people that they've ever met. So make a good impression, be proud of who you are, and share your culture, and be honest, you know, be kind. I smile at everybody on the train. I don't care, I'm just really happy and smiley, and you know, just to let people know that I'm not scary just because my skin's a bit darker than yours. Like, it doesn't make me any different. I'm a human being. I can smile, I can cry, I can have emotions, and I'm friendly. So, hey. So let's get down to friendship. To be honest, I've connected a lot more with either people the same age as me or older. I feel like the older generation are just like, they don't care, man. They're badasses. Like, they've lived their life. They're like, cool. And I've had like a few conversations with older people, or people asking me where I'm from, just smiling in my face. I've had a lot of more of a warm feeling from older people. So that's been really nice. And I've been invited to homes and been given gifts, and you know, oh, can I have your line, and having conversations with older people or people exactly the same age as me, because I feel that they're interested to see what a person from a different country is like at their age. So that's friendships, and it's not hard to make friendships here. I just feel like the basics are they need to speak English. Unless my ability is going to get to that level where we can have a conversation, sadly I can't make a lot of Japanese friends, but I'm trying to make Japanese friends, and there is culture differences, but it's nice and it's refreshing, and everybody's different from where I'm from in England, so it's nothing new to me. It's probably more new to them and interesting to them, but for me it's just like, hey, welcome to the crew, that's it. Let's move on to relationships now, love and dating. I could do a few story times. I might do, I might not, I don't know. I just kind of want to respect Taku because we're in a relationship. But I feel like dating Japanese men, I haven't had a truly awful experience. I've actually felt it was quite pleasant, and obviously the communication yet again is another barrier. I haven't felt like they're kind of targeting me because I'm a black person. I reckon maybe because I'm a foreigner, maybe some people are interested, and that's okay. I think maybe they want something different in their lives and want to kind of like reach out to people that are from different places, and they're really curious about the world, so they're like, I want to date a foreigner. I don't personally have a problem with that, that's cool. But in terms of my race, I don't feel I've met anyone that's dated me because I'm black. So yeah, and I don't feel anyone's not spoken to me. I don't know, yeah, people have just kind of like either approached me or said something nice, and I haven't really felt like, oh, you're a black person, she's ugly and stuff like that. I haven't felt that from any males. I feel like males are males. Yeah, they have a type here, which are Japanese cute girls, but there are guys that kind of want to venture outside of that, or don't care, they just want to have someone to love, which is like Taku. So yeah, I haven't felt that dating. Anything else, being a female, at night I felt a little bit vulnerable. There are a lot of salary men outside at night, and they get a bit brave. A lot of people get brave when they drink more. I would beat them down if they ever touched me and probably go to jail and get deported back to England. But yeah, usually people are very intimidated by that, but I'm not. And they do try to approach you and speak to you and say, you know, you're sexy, I love you, can you, you know, like trying to hook up with you or trying to talk to you. Maybe it's a joke, maybe it's real, I don't know. I felt a little bit on guard with that, being a female, especially at night. In terms of being British, let's talk about being British, because I'm not from America. There are a lot of YouTubers here that can kind of relate to the American culture. I know a lot about American culture, but I am not American, I'm British. My humor's kind of mixture between British and American humor. I kind of feel like there's no one with my mixture. Oh, also please let me know if there are any J vloggers out there who are black, female and from Britain. Please tell them I'm here. I want to know who you are, guys, because it's nice to kind of have someone that can kind of pinpoint and relate to who you are and your identity. It's always nice to have different backgrounds when it comes to the black community, and it's always nice to have different friends from different cultures or races as well. I love that. I've always been the person to mingle, whether it's in school, high school, elementary, what do we call it, primary school, or I said university, right? University, or the working environment. I don't care. I accept everybody. But when it comes to things like cooking and like music and certain things, it's nice to have someone that can relate to you. So please let me know if there is anyone out there, because I feel like seriously the only black British female vlogger living in Japan. People tend to guess that I'm from America instead of Britain. That's like the last place that they think. They say Brazil, I get Brazil a lot, or Africa, or Jamaica, or America. I think Brazil's like #1, I don't know why. Maybe there's someone here famous in Brazil and they just think, oh, her complexion, she's from Brazil. But no, they're very shocked normally when I say Igilisijin, and it's just like, what? Sometimes being a foreigner can have its perks where people really want to speak to you and communicate with you, and they get really excited. And I've had a lot of questions like, you know, what kind of music do you like? And I just think people are just genuinely really curious, especially when I tell people that I'm from Britain. I think the most top popular places here in Japan are Hawaii. America's very popular. I'd say England's very popular, and so is Italy for fashion, I feel. Italy and France. So they're very popular, and when people hear about England or hear that I'm from Britain, they're like, oh my god, do you know Big Ben? Do you know Ed Sheeran? Do you like fish and chips? And it's so funny, the questions I get. Or, you know, I have the librarian at my school, she's so lovely. She'll kind of come to me and she'll say, oh, did you hear about this person win an award? I don't know who the heck this person is. All I know is they're probably from England, and she's very excited that this person won an award, and she's like, congratulations. And I'm like, I don't give a crap, but you're so sweet. Hey, thank you. She also told me that a swimming team from England is coming to Yokohama or something in 2020. And I was like, how do you know all this damn information? She knows more about England than I do. And she's very excited to share information with me and celebrate being British with me. So funny. Like, I think I'm more patriotic coming here than I ever was in England at home. I didn't care. But now, sometimes I get a sense of like, hey, okay, that's my country kind of thing. Or, you know, I don't know, it's weird. It's really weird. I never thought I'd be like that. I'm not like super hey, but you kind of stick to your identity of being, whether it is being black and being British. I identify with those things. I don't know, I just feel like maybe in their minds everybody's drinking tea and having crumpets and have those old-fashioned bonnets and big old whale bone dresses and corsets and shit, and you know, they're just all watching football, drinking beer together. I don't know. Media plays a huge part as well. They choose to portray white people here more than they do black people, so they have very little information, and my mission is to share that there are black people in England and there are black people in different countries. We are everywhere. So welcome. This is our music, this is our culture. No, we're not poor. No, we don't live in shacks and whatever. Yes, we are nice people, and yes, we can be beautiful, and there's all different types of people. People are people, and this is one thing I told Taku, you know, he was very curious in me, and he kept asking me loads of ridiculous questions. Something that I know every black girl has probably struggled with here is finding beauty products or skin products. A problem with Asia is there are a lot of things with whitening in it, so I'd be very careful and wary about that if you decide to come here. Hair products I would purchase online. There's iHerb, there's Amazon, Japan, eBay, or just get your family and friends to kind of send them over. That's the best thing that you can do. That's what I've ended up doing. I came with a hell of a lot of hair stuff. I came prepared, and yeah, so that's been a struggle. In terms of beauty, you will find stuff like mascara and foundation. We have MAC here, that's cool, and Rimmel, and a lot of the main brands, so I wouldn't really worry about makeup. But hair and skin, I would take care of that. I have eczema, and sometimes it flares up. Like, I don't know what it is about this atmosphere here, but my skin's like, nope. So every time that happens, I have medicated cream from England, or I use Vaseline, but it doesn't work as well. I would recommend to stock up. If you use medicated anything, bring your medicine with you. The medicine is not as strong here, so bring your medication with you and just get your family. Your family will be your lifeline for certain things. Here's another thing: if they can't see you from a far away place, or they're not like, you're not in their peripheral view, and sometimes I've kind of accidentally scared people because they're not used to seeing my face. So they're just like, oh, kind of thing. That's happened a lot with my students. They didn't hear me coming, and then they just turn around and there I am, like boom, like a freaking ninja. And they're like, oh, sensei. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, kind of thing. I find it absolutely hilarious. In fact, I play off of it. Today, I was like running past, because there's like sliding doors in the classroom, and there's like a window, and I just kind of like quickly hovered past it. I was like running past it, and they're like, oh, who was that, kind of thing. And then I slowly opened the door like I was some kind of grudge. I'm probably not helping the cause, but it's funny to scare them sometimes, or tap them on the shoulder and just go boom. But yeah, I've had that in public. If they're just not ready for me or don't know I'm there, and then they turn around, it's like, oh, who's that person? You ain't Japanese, who are you, kind of thing. And it's funny to me, I just smile. I just smile. Heard about bullying in schools for being half black or mixed, and I'm kind of worried for the future because me and Taku do love each other and we are in a relationship, as you can see. And I do worry if we have kids like here, how their lives are gonna be like. I've watched other YouTubers who are half black and half Japanese just to kind of get an insight, and it's been a very sad tale for some of them. Sometimes it's cool to be black, and then sometimes it's like, oh, you're different. Who are you? Like, you're so ugly. What's your hair about? Ugh, you know. And it's quite sad. And I just really hope that I can build our child, if we do have children in the future, build our child's confidence up to understand and know who they are, both sides, and to accept and be strong enough to say, you know what, I am beautiful, I'm black and beautiful, I'm also Japanese and beautiful, and I don't care what people say to me or how I treat me. I'm gonna respect myself and respect others, and that's all I can wish for. I hope so much, guys. So if you have mixed children who are particularly half black and half Japanese, please let me know, or please comment down below who vlogs here or lives here and has a blog or something, so I can kind of get some more information. I feel like other mixtures don't really, other European mixtures, should I say, don't really get as much racism as black people or people with a darker complexion do. I just feel like there is a stereotype attached that we're maybe more aggressive and more scary, more hostile and not approachable, and maybe in a beauty factor, whereas here, like, light skin is beautiful, and the paler that you look, the better and more beautiful that it is. Like I said, personally, I haven't felt like I'm not pretty. I've had my students and staff and random people say I'm very cute and very pretty, and I haven't had a problem with that. But you see in the advertisements, you see it everywhere, it's always European white people. You never really see black people in the advertisements, and you always hear of mixed children that get bullied being half black and Japanese being bullied, opposed to being white and Japanese. So that's just an example. So things that will affect you might be like the location that you live in, the people that you meet, your personality, and your confidence, I guess. And have I missed language ability? Did I say that? I feel like here I live very close to Tokyo, which is the capital of Japan. I live in Yokohama, so here it's a very big city, and I don't feel like I get any animosity. I don't feel like people kind of like really care half the time, so I don't get as many stares, especially in somewhere like Shibuya, which I go to a lot. I just get lost within the foreigner people on holiday crowd, the expat crowd. So it's not a problem, no one really cares. And here in Yokohama, no one really cares. But I guess if you go further like away into the countryside of anywhere in Japan, then you're probably gonna experience that more because they're just not used to it. I update this every year that passes because maybe there'll be new stories for you to hear or new experiences. However, right now, after being here for a year, I haven't really felt the racism. And I think the bottom line is, guys, that if you decide to come here for whatever reason, your experiences are going to be different from my experiences. And, you know, maybe you'll be unlucky, maybe you'll be very welcomed like I have been, and very blessed and lucky. Just take it on the chin what you hear from all these videos. And it is interesting to share, but take it on the chin. Share with your friends who might be looking to come here to Japan, or even come around Asia. I've worked in different places in Asia, and I've visited different places in Asia. So if you want to know more, let me know down below. That concludes my first year in Japan. Oh, don't forget, guys, please subscribe, follow me on my Instagram. I have a Twitter, I don't really use it, I should use it more. I prefer my Instagram and my Facebook account, to be honest. My Facebook page, I post mini videos, so if you don't like the long ones, head over to my Facebook, there's short ones there. Head over to my Instagram for sometimes daily random videos, sometimes like nice pictures of me and my boyfriend or me and my friends. Check that out. And share as much as you can. Subscribe, because I want you to join the family, the community. Hey, my name's Corny, black British female in Japan. Stick with me, there's so much many more adventures to come. I love it here, and I hope that you can come and experience it too with me, or, you know, with your family or whatever. Don't be afraid to travel, guys. This is the message. Go and explore, go and travel, go and live your life, because the world is very small and it's not as scary as you think. If you can live in one foreign country, you can live anywhere. Until the next one, Fァイト,頑張って, peace and love. Bye guys.